What's up, sensational seekers, entertainment enthusiasts? Welcome back to your favorite deep dive into the wildest, most dazzling corners of the pop music universe. Today, we're talking about the queen herself, a true chameleon of music and fashion, who just unleashed her latest spectacle on the world. The anticipation has been absolutely electric, and now the wait is over. We're breaking down everything you need to know about Lady Gaga's Mayhem Ball tour, which officially kicked off last night in Las Vegas, revealing a set list that's got fans buzzing from coast to coast. Little monsters everywhere have been glued to their screens, following every whisper and report out of the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Why? Because Lady Gaga's tours are never just concerts. They are immersive, theatrical, boundary-pushing experiences. And after a handful of tantalizing preview shows earlier this year, everyone wanted to know, what would the official Mayhem Ball tour bring? Would it be different? Would it be more? The answer, my friends, is a resounding yes. Lady Gaga officially hit the stage last night, Wednesday, July 16th, 2025, for the grand opening of her Mayhem Ball tour. And let me tell you, this tour is a beast. The Mayhem Ball closely follows the electrifying template that Gaga established at her critically acclaimed Coachella shows back in April. Those performances, seen by millions via livestream, set a new standard for artistry and spectacle. But the Las Vegas kickoff added some truly crowd-pleasing surprises, most of which popped up in the second half of the show, sending the energy into overdrive. Fans who'd been following her earlier pre-ball shows this year were ecstatic to hear some long-missed favorites. The songs like Applause, Just Dance, Shadow of a Man, and Love Drug made glorious reappearances, adding layers of nostalgia and pure pop joy to the setlist. Imagine the roar of the crowd when those iconic opening notes hit. But it wasn't all familiar territory. Gaga, ever the innovator, also gave a live debut to Kill for Love, a track from a recent, well-received Mayhem album. This was the moment fans had been waiting for, a fresh, raw performance of new material unleashed for the very first time on a live stage. And speaking of rare gems, get this. She pulled out Summer Boy, a track from her debut album. Fame, that hadn't been performed in concert in a staggering 18 years. That's right, a deep cut from the archives, resurrected for our loyal little monsters. That's the kind of fan service that builds legends. The visual and stylistic reinventions were, as expected from Gaga, also a major highlight. Her global phenomenon hit, Shallow, received a brand new arrangement and a stunning visual treatment. Forget a simple piano. Gaga now performs Shallow from a gondola. Yes, you heard that correctly. A gondola floating through the arena, adding an ethereal, almost dreamlike quality to an already emotional powerhouse of a song. It's pure Gaga. Unexpected, theatrical, and utterly captivating. Even her solo live version of her incredible collaboration with Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile, received a substantial stylistic makeover from past live performances. Gaga is known for constantly evolving her sound and her live shows, and this tour is no exception. She's not content to rest on her laurels. She's pushing boundaries, reinventing classics, and always striving for something fresh and exciting. Now, for the ultimate show-stopping moment that played a trick on everyone. When Bad Romance reached its explosive climax, the show, for all intents and purposes, appeared to be over. This has been her traditional closer in many other shows, a powerful, high-energy finale. And if that wasn't enough to convince the audience it was finished, credits for the tour even appeared on the screen after Gaga and her stage personnel dramatically left the stage. The lights stayed down, building the suspense. Everyone loves a good post-credit scene, right? And Gaga certainly delivered. Instead of the house lights coming back on, something magical happened. She and her team of dancers reappeared first on the large video screens shown backstage, building anticipation. And then in the flesh, they emerged for a surprise, unexpected encore. The chosen track? How Bad Do You Want Me? Another standout from her Mayhem album. For this final electrifying turn on stage, Gaga momentarily shed her usual avant-garde couture. She opted for an ultra-casual rock and roll look that included a Cramps t-shirt, a nod to her punk rock sensibilities. While she had included this number in previous 2025 shows, this marked his first appearance as a grand final encore song, proving that even when you think the show is over, Gaga always has one more trick up her sleeve. With these brilliant additions and reinventions, the Las Vegas show ran a powerful 2 hours and 12 minutes after Gaga took the stage at 8:40 p.m. This is a substantial show, packed with hits, new material, and theatrical flourishes. It's important to note the context of this. Mayhem Ball kickoff. Her handful of shows earlier this year were not officially billed as Mayhem Ball tour shows. They were more like tantalizing warm-ups. Gaga followed the release of her well-received Mayhem album with 2 highly anticipated Coachella dates in mid-April, which captivated millions via livestream. She then took this preview show across the globe, performing a handful of large-scale shows in Mexico, Brazil, and Singapore in late April through late May. The Las Vegas kickoff marks her first full live show in almost 2 months, making the cheesy anticipation for this official tour debut even more intense. This North American leg of the Mayhem Ball tour is a relatively short one for 2025 dates, at least compared to some of her past global treks. She will be doing stands ranging from 3 to 6 nights in major cities across the continent: Las Vegas, Seattle, New York, Miami, Toronto, and Chicago over the next 2 months. The US leg is scheduled to wrap up on September 17th. But little monsters worldwide rejoice, because Gaga is then taking the Mayhem Ball overseas. She'll be starting her European leg with a highly anticipated show on September 30th at London's O2 Arena, before moving on to Sweden, Italy, Spain, Germany, the Netherlands, and Belgium, with the European leg currently scheduled to wrap up on November 20th in France. While her plans for 2026 are still unknown, one thing is clear: Lady Gaga has certainly left plenty of demand on the table for further shows, particularly in the US. This summer outing only takes her to 6 North American cities, and in arenas which, even with multiple nights booked, could still be considered underplays, when you remember she was doing stadiums on her monumental Chromatica tour. This suggests that the Mayhem Ball could easily extend, expand, or morph into even larger productions in the future, given the insatiable appetite of her global fan base. The Mayhem Ball is more than just a concert series, it's a statement. It's Lady Gaga reasserting her dominance as a live performer, an artistic visionary, and a pop icon who continuously pushes the boundaries of what a pop show can be. From the surprising setlist additions to the gondola floating rendition of Shallow and that incredible post-credits encore, this tour opener has already solidified its place in Gaga's legendary live history. And we're just getting started. And that, sensational seekers, brings us to the close of our thrilling breakdown of Lady Gaga's Mayhem Ball tour opener. This show sounds like an absolute must-see for any little monster, or indeed, any fan of groundbreaking live entertainment. What was your favorite surprise on the set list? And what are you hoping to see from the Mayhem Ball if it comes to a city near you? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for tuning in as we dive into the most dazzling and impactful stories from the world of entertainment. Until next time, keep dancing and keep those paws up.